Hi, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk Mental Health. Today, we'll be talking about mental health. What is mental health? Mental health deals with our emotional, psychological, and social well being. It affects how we think, how we feel, how we act, how we handle stress or problems, how we relate to others, and how we make choices. Mental health is very important at every stage of your life, be it from childhood to adolescence and through adulthood. So now, there are things that affect our mental health. We call them mental health conditions, mental illnesses, or mental disorders. Mental illnesses are disorders ranging from mild to severe that affects our thinking, our mood, and our behavior. According to research, nearly 1 in 5 adults live with a mental illness. Many factors contribute to mental health conditions, such as biological factors. It could be the genes or the brain chemistry. The next is a lived experience. Maybe that person went through trauma or they experienced abuse. And even if the family has a history of mental health problems, it's possible that someone could have a mental disorder or a mental illness. Now, a serious mental illness is a mental illness that interferes a person's life and daily functioning. Having a serious mental illness is not by choice, it's not a weakness, it's not a character flaw, neither is it an act of witchcraft, as we term it in Africa. A serious mental illness or disorder is diagnosed if the presenting symptoms are constant, if they affect the person's daily functioning, and if they have lasted for the period of 2 weeks. Now, let's talk about the early signs and symptoms of a serious mental illness or mental disorder. Mind you, these symptoms or signs are regular signs and symptoms that can happen to anybody. But then again, like I said, it depends on how constant these symptoms are presenting, how it affects the daily functioning, and the duration. So, number 1, eating or sleeping too little or too much, pulling away from usual activities or from people, having low or no energy, feeling numb, like when something happens to you, you don't feel that emotion, feeling helpless or hopeless, smoking or drinking or doing drugs more than usual, feeling unusually forgetful, scared, angry, worried, on edge, yelling and fighting with family and friends, having severe or extreme mood swings that can affect your relationship with others, having persistent thoughts and memories that you cannot get out of your head, and also hearing voices and believing things that are not true, thinking of harming yourself or others, and lastly, your inability to perform daily tasks. These are all early signs and symptoms that we see when a person is developing a mental disorder. Now, let's talk about tips for living well with a mental health condition or disorder. Let it be known that a mental health condition or mental disorder cannot be cured, but it can be managed. And how can we manage it? Stick to a treatment plan. Learn to always keep your primary care physician updated, whether it's the doctor, the social worker, or the nurse. Keep them updated. Learn about the condition. Practice good self-care. Reach out to family and friends for support. Do not isolate yourself. Develop coping skills and remember to get enough rest. That is about it for today's episode. I'm Revel M. Smold, a clinical social worker, and until our next episode, adios.